Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss about disinfection system or disinfection process, which comes under the subject name Environmental Engineering 1. So now first of all, what do you mean by disinfection system or disinfection process? Disinfection system or disinfection process is a kind of measurement or kind of treatment process where we want to kill the microorganism present in any kind of water sample. So whatever type of water sample you have, whenever you want to kill the microorganism, just you have to follow the disinfection process or system. Now if you see the flow diagram of a drinking water treatment plant, you can see the disinfection system comes at the last one. That is, one whatever water sample is coming from a filtration system, that will enter the disinfection system. Sometimes between these two you can initiate one extra chamber, that is softening process. So if you are introducing a softening process between filtration and disinfection chamber, then first of all water sample coming from filtration chamber will enter into the softening chamber. Then from the softening chamber the water sample will come and go into the disinfection chamber. Now in this disinfection chamber we want to remove the microorganism. So this disinfection process is generally done by different type of methods. First of all, some minor methods. In case of minor methods, first one, boiling of water. Then treatment with excess lime. Lime means calcium oxide, pure calcium oxide. Then treatment with ozone, that is O3. Next, treatment with UV ray. These are the minor methods. First of all, boiling of water or water sample. If you boil the water sample, then whatever microorganism, generally the microorganism means the bacteria present in the water sample, they will die. Second of all, treatment with excess lime. Excess lime means that is the calcium oxide. Generally, if you see that calcium oxide or lime is generally added to the water sample to remove the hardness or alkalinity present in water sample. But if the lime added is in excess, that is you have added some excess amount of lime into the water sample, then that excess amount will kill the microorganism present in your water sample. Say for example, for hardness removal you require x amount of CaO, but you are adding x plus y, then this extra y amount of CaO will be required for the disinfection process, that is killing a microorganism. Now treatment with ozone. Ozone means this ozone is generally prepared from oxygen. 3 oxygen molecule can be converted into 2 ozone molecule in presence of high electric field or high electricity, high voltage, you can also write it. Now whatever ozone has been prepared from O2 molecule or oxygen molecule, this ozone is having a tendency to dissociate again into oxygen molecule and one nascent oxygen molecule. So from oxygen you can produce some ozone. Whatever ozone has been prepared, that ozone is having tendency to dissociate into oxygen and O dot, that is nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen has a tendency or has a efficiency for the disinfection process. Now come to the section of treatment with UV ray. If you can produce UV ray, that is ultraviolet ray, that UV ray is generally used for the killing of microorganism. Generally in all kind of system, whether it is physical or chemical, we are trying to remove the bacteria, that is we are trying to kill the microorganism. Now come to the most effective part, that is the chlorination system, disinfection process with chlorination or Cl2 addition of chlorine is known as chlorination. Now whenever you have a water sample, in disinfection chamber, after the filtration process or from the softening process, whatever water sample is coming, you have stored some chlorine. Now this chlorine can be added in gaseous form, in liquid form, or in chemical form. In chemical means bleaching powder. If you add some bleaching powder to water, then from this bleaching powder Cl2 can be generated. Whenever Cl2 is generated, that Cl2 will react with water molecule like this one, Cl2 plus H2O. It will produce HOCl plus HCl. Whatever HCl has been generated here, it is not acid, it is hydrogen chloride gas. So this gas has no power for the disinfection system. Whatever produced here, HOCl, this is known as hypochlorous acid. Always remember, this is known as hypochlorous acid. Now this hypochlorous acid will again dissociate into two parts, H plus and OCl minus. This OCl minus is known as hypochlorite ion. This is hypochlorous acid, this is hypochlorite ion. This reaction is reversible based on the pH value. Whenever the pH is greater than 8, and in this case less than 7, whenever the pH value is greater than 8, the forward reaction will happen. So basically, whenever your water sample is having pH greater than 8, then immediately after the production of HCl, that will be dissociated into H plus and OCl minus. If you can maintain the pH value less than 7, then this backward reaction will happen. Then we will get the maximum amount of HOCl. Now this HOCl, hypochlorous acid, and this is hypochlorite ion. This hypochlorous acid is having much more efficiency for the disinfection process compared to OCl minus. That is, HOCl is having much more efficiency than OCl minus, having 85 times efficiency. Okay, always remember, HOCl is having 85 times efficiency than OCl minus. So basically, whenever we are adding chlorine into water sample, then this one and this one both will be produced. But your requirement is to maximize the amount of HOCl. That is, you have to maximize the amount of hypochlorous acid. So always you will try to maintain pH less than 5, and also for this case the pH should be greater than 5. So if the pH is greater than 5, chlorine will react with H2 to produce this one. If the pH is greater than 8, then immediately after the production of this one, this will be dissociated into this part. If you can maintain the pH value less than 7, then the maximum portion of HCl you will get. Now this value of Cl2, HOCl and OCl minus, this combination of these three molecules or these three compounds is known as free chlorine. Free chlorine means Cl2 plus HOCl plus OCl minus ion. Now if your water sample contains ammonia, that is NH3 gas, ammonia, then whenever you are adding chlorine to the water sample, first of all this chlorine molecule will react with ammonia to produce different type of chloramines. In this case of chloramine, one hydrogen molecule will be replaced by one chlorine molecule like this one, NH2Cl plus HCl. Again we are getting HCl, that is hydrogen chloride gas. Similarly with this NH2, if you add chlorine, this one NHCl2 plus HCl. Again with this NHCl2, if you add chlorine, then NCl3. So if you are adding some amount of chlorine, if your water sample is having some ammonia gas, then first of all the chlorine will react with the ammonia to produce this NH2Cl monochloramine. Then again there will be reaction to produce dichloramine. Then again there will be reaction to produce trichloramine. The combination of this one plus this one plus this one is known as combined chlorine. That is combined chlorine. Combined chlorine means NH2Cl plus NHCl2 plus NCl3. Whatever production is there, first of all you are adding chlorine to the water sample. If ammonia is present, then this reaction will happen fast. Then the remaining amount of chlorine will react with water to produce this type of combination. That is, first of all this chloramine will be produced, then the remaining chlorine will react with water to produce this free chlorine, combined chlorine and free chlorine. Now these free chlorines are having maximum efficiency for the disinfection process, but these are having a lesser value. And also you have to always remember, especially for this one, this is the NCl3 trichloramine. It is a carcinogenic material. Always remember, this is having some bad effect. So always you have to remove, or you have to minimize the amount of ammonia present in your water sample. Then there will be lesser reaction between chlorine and ammonia, and maximum amount of chlorine will react with higher water sample to produce this free chlorine that will go for the disinfection process. So this is all about the disinfection system. Thank you.